Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Beth Shields. I am a real estate agent and a real estate coach. And today I am going to talk to you guys about how to use my systems and processes to help you achieve your goals. I think we've all been there in the real estate industry. Have you set big goals and then, I don't know, 2 weeks, a week, a day, or even a year later, you don't even have a clue as to why you haven't achieved your goals? It's very easy to just set a goal, kind of throw it out there. Oh, I want to make $1 million, or I want to make $100,000, or I want to sell 35 homes. And you just set like this very general goal, and literally like the very next day or a month later or a year later, you can be just sitting there going, well, I haven't even accomplished a third or a quarter or half of my goals. Today I'm going to walk you through the process of how I set my goals and the systems I use to help me achieve them. The first thing I want to talk about is the difference between results based thinking and process based thinking. Results based is very focused on the big picture. I want to make $1 million, and all you're focused on is making $1 million. Or I want to sell 36 homes, and all you think about is I want to sell 36 homes. And every day it's I want to sell 36 homes. I want to sell 36 homes. Results based thinking can cause us to almost become paralyzed because we overthink, and it feels like a very large number that is unachievable. If I get up in the morning and I think I need to get 36 listings, I can very easily become overwhelmed and not do the work that needs to be done to get those 36 listings. However, when we think about a process based frame of thinking, it's much easier for us to think about the systems and the processes that go into how do I achieve this goal and how do I do that. And today I'm going to share with you guys my process and system on how I go about achieving, say, I wanted a goal of 36 listings. How do I go about setting that goal and how do I go about achieving it? And I'll break it down for you step by step on what I do to do that. The very first area that I always start to look at when I want to grow my business or change an aspect of it, it's very important that we start to look at what area do you want to grow? Which direction do you want to push? Do you want to change your GCI? Maybe last year you made $40,000. Maybe this year you'd like to double that and make 80. Maybe last year you sold 6 homes and this year you'd like to sell 10. It's imperative that the very first thing you decide is what is the area you would like to change and grow in. I have people who decide that they want to change their GCI. I have people who decide they want to change how many homes they sell. I have people who decide, hey, I want to go into the luxury market. I also have people who decide that they would like to go into investments and help people flip homes, and they really want to grow the investment portion of their business. All of these areas and more, it's unending the directions you can choose to take your business, but it's important you identify which area you want to grow. For myself, I think about the areas that I want to grow, which is my GCI and my number of homes sold per year. Well, the number of homes sold per year is more important to me because I know that with the growth of the number of homes that my GCI is going to go up. So today I'm going to really show you how I use my process and my systems to help my growth with my average numbers of homes that I sell in a year. So the first area that I tell people to look at is one of, well, it's usually 4 or 5 different areas. When I'm looking to expand how many homes I sell, or if I have a goal to set in the last quarter of a year and say I want to sell 8 more homes than is in my pipeline, I'm going to look at 4 key areas and see, okay, how do I utilize those areas to help me achieve my next goal? To do this, I look at my social media. Am I being active and responsive and engaging in my social media? There are so many different ways and different platforms for us to utilize social media. Are you on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn? I mean, there are literally tons of different areas for you to utilize your social media content to help you generate your business. Am I saying you need to post, hey, I'm looking for a buyer, or hey, here's my newest listing? I don't think that that should be your only direction and marketing in your social media area. But I certainly believe that social media is a key tool for you to be able to help grow your business. The second area that I encourage people to look at is their sphere of influence. If you have had trouble utilizing your sphere of influence or your CRM, I've done a video on this. I'm happy to chat with you about your CRM and your sphere of influence and how to utilize them correctly to help you grow your business. These are the bread and butter of our business. Treat your sphere the best, and I assure you, they will bring you business, they will refer you, they will take care of you just like you take care of them. The ways that I choose to influence my sphere is I host a Christmas party. Right now, we're in the month of September and we are already beginning to plan our Christmas party. It is imperative that my clients know that they are valued, they are important, and they are cared about, and everybody gets an invitation to my Christmas party. I think it's also really important that the sphere of influence also, I market to them in different areas. They get magazines, they get coupons in the mail. I am going to begin rolling out a new marketing strategy that is contacting them via text message and offering them a coupon for them to be able to utilize in their community. There are all sorts of different ways that we connect with our sphere and stay in front of them and remind them of who we are and what we do. It's super important that we continuously connect with our sphere so it can help us achieve our goals down the road. The third area that I'm going to encourage you to look at is your community. These areas I really encourage people to be present in. I am talking about your kids' sporting events. I'm talking about networking groups. If you struggle in this area, please reach out to me. I am happy to help you hone in on and identify an area where you can help grow in your community involvement, in your ability to connect with more people and help expand your sphere. These people are imperative to the success of your business. And if you are not utilizing this area, you're missing out on a huge potential for more business growth. And then the fourth area that I encourage people to go and look for more business in is expireds, for sale by owners, door knocking, all sorts of different areas that you can go and look for more business. If you need help and support in that area, I'm happy to chat with you and help you really figure out how you can utilize for sale by owners, expireds, and door knocking. Also, open houses. Do not forget the potential for more business at a properly held open house. I did a video a few weeks back about open houses. If you need a refresh, please go back and watch that. I really help you identify and push marketing wise your open houses to generate you more business and more leads. It's important that we identify and utilize those 4 primary areas and really help you to be able to achieve more sales by identifying those 4 areas and kind of picking out different items in them to help you be able to grow. The system that I use to be able to help me achieve my goals is very, very simple and straightforward. The first thing I do is I am very specific about what my goal is. So, as for myself right now, I already know what's in my pipeline between now, which is the month of September, until the end of the year. So, I have September, October, November, and December to achieve my last goals, which are to sell an additional 8 homes on top of what's already in my pipeline. I know what's coming. I see that I want 8 more homes sold to be able to achieve this goal that I have set. So when I look at these goals, I take them and I look for, let's just say, a whole year, right? And I break it down yearly into quarterly, into monthly, into weekly, and then daily. And you have to break down your goals to be able to achieve that. So for myself, I have a goal of 8 homes left in this last quarter. So obviously I'm not going to use yearly, right? But I look at the quarterly, and the quarterly is I have 8 homes that I want to sell in the next 4 months. So that breaks down into a monthly goal of 2 homes a month, right? Which then breaks down into a weekly goal of I have to be finding a home to list or buy 1 every 2 weeks. And then how am I going to achieve that? And I break my goal down into a weekly and then a daily goal. I do think it's important as a real estate agent, there are 7 days in a week, that we take 1 day off a week where we are not so goal driven and so focused. Do I still work on those days? Absolutely, I still do. But I take 1 day off a week to be able to spend time with my family, attend church if we need to, right now it's football season, but I try to really make sure that I am filling myself and taking care of myself so that the other 6 days of the week, I can be very focused and purposeful in what I need to do every day. I take a notebook, and in that notebook, every single day, I write down what is my goal, right? My goal is to sell 8 homes by the end of the quarter. I will write that every single day so that it helps my brain to stay focused on what that goal is. And then I tell myself, okay, today, what are the things that I need to accomplish and do? And those could be as simple as reach out and make phone calls to 10 people in my sphere of influence. It is important and imperative that we identify and key in on the actual specific items that we need to be doing. And as you do them, check them off, draw a line through them, highlight them, whatever it is that you need to do. This gives you a very measurable tool of what needs to be accomplished, what you're getting done. And if at the end of a year or a month or a quarter, you have not achieved your goal, you have a very measurable tool to be able to look at and say, this is where I went wrong and this is what I need to work on harder. Instead of us getting to the end and not knowing what happened and why we didn't meet our goal of selling 36 homes in a year, we can actually have a measurable tool to look at and say, oh, well, I fell off after 2 weeks of working really hard and doing a really good job. I quit writing in my notebook. I quit calling 10 people in my sphere of influence. I didn't send out any mailers this month. I didn't engage on social media. And these are all measurable things that when you look back, you can see what did you not do correctly? What did you not accomplish? And how do you need to do that better the next day or the next week so that you can achieve your goals? A final area that I'm going to really encourage you to look at to help you to achieve your systems, processes, and to meet your goals is to help you find an accountability partner. That could be in the form of a colleague, a friend, or a coach. I am more than happy to set up a time with you to connect and chat and see if working with me might be in your best interest to help you meet your goals. I offer a 1-hour session and we can really just meet together, talk, discuss, find out what your goals are, see if I'm able to help you achieve those, and see if working together is something that might be beneficial to you in your business. If you find that you are struggling in your business, I would be more than happy to sit down, have a conversation with you either via Zoom or in person, and just chat with you for an hour on areas in your business that I think you could grow in and how I can help your business up level to that next level. Please feel free to reach out. I would love the opportunity to chat with you. I hope that you found this video helpful. I think it's imperative that you really begin to shift your mindset from results-based thinking to a process-based thinking type of mindset. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe.